Now, I don't say it very often, but this is 100% game changer. So this is the Autoloading Wood Pack. This is by Let's Be Having Moo, 15.75 megabyte on the download. And yes, I cannot emphasize this enough. This is a game changer. There's not many that come out, to be fair. I mean, we had the old liftable pallets mod when that came out in 22, and that was a game changer for console. You know, let's take it all into perspective, because PC players have had all sorts of stuff like this for years. But for console, if you're on Xbox like me or PlayStation, this, along with the liftable pallets mod, it's another game changer. This will change 100% how people play. This will make doing logs so much easier. I mean, I am not by any stretch of the imagination a good log loader. It is terrible. It's a car crash just waiting to happen. Just saying that. But this may get me doing some logs. I'm just saying indeed. Now, we've got two different versions in this pack. We have got the semi-trailer and we've got the old pull behind if you're using a tractor. So we'll go into that one first. Now, this is going to cost you 68 grand to start with if you don't go for some optional extras. So we'll take those off. Oh, we've still got another one. What's another grand? The rim colour. What's the cheapest rim colour? Is it pink? I even asked 500. Right, we'll roll with it anyway. We'll go along. So the first option is going to be there. You've got 6 meter, 20 foot. So this is going to be your visual reference. So how long the logs look on the back of your trailer. Now, these trailers do work a bit like the log containers. Well, let's face it, they work exactly like the old log containers. So they have a capacity. So there's 22,000 litres doing the 6 meter visual luggage on the back. You can then change it to 200,000 litres. Obviously, why would you want to go for the smaller one? Still going to look like 6 meter on the back of this one. You can then go for an 8 meter look. So 8 meter long logs on the back. That's going to give you a 33,000 litre capacity. Or again, the 200,000 every day of the week. Why not? Why not indeed? Now, you do have the option of Continental, Trelleborg, BKT, Mitas, Michelin, Raider Star, and then Batty Continental again. There's a couple of different versions on the go in there. You got mud flaps as well. You've got Yes Design. Well, it's a Yes. You got Design 1, Design 2, 3, and then back to nothing. Decals, yes or no. I'm going to take those stickers off. Length of logs. Now, this is an interesting one. So if you've ever used the containers, because these are going to work exactly like that, you do get a little bit of a penalty if you're putting in different length logs than what your container, now trailer, will accept. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. So you're going to set it up for what you're going to be using. So you've got all the different sizes. It starts off at 2.5 meter and goes all the way up to 20 meter, even though visually you can only get it up to 8 meter on this one, but we'll roll with it anyway. So just bear in mind the length of your logs that you're chopping down. If you've got your tree harvester, you know, you can change that. You can set it to, I don't know, 8 meter, 9 meter, 12 meter, whatever you're setting it to. Make sure your trailer is set to the same length. If you're using a chainsaw, I'd probably go with a 2.5 meter because, yeah, you're not going to cut much up with a chainsaw. Well, you're not going to be able to lift it anyway, so you go with whatever you like. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be the main colour. Well, it's actually going to be the bottoms of the old poles, but okay. Chassis colour is going to be the chassis. You then got your post colour. We'll go with that green. You can do your posts. You then got your post reflectors. We'll go with a red so they stand out. There we are. You then got your hub colour, which is obviously going to be your hubs. And then you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, I will say this. Yeah, it's got a swivel axle on the front. I am not the best at reversing these, and that's putting it lightly. So I'd probably just drive forward. It's so much easier. Or probably go with this one, because you can hook up your old truck. You can hook up your old Volvo if you're like me. That's your favourite truck in the game. And you can do, well, let's face it, you can get longer logs. Well, visually anyway. So like the previous one, you got your option, but it goes from a 12 meter and then a 6 meter. So you have a 12 meter, one long log visually on the back, or you can have 2 stacks of 6. So that's entirely up to you which one you go for. Now, again, you've got the 200,000 litre capacity, or you can have a 44,000 litre capacity. That's entirely up to you. Obviously, I would go with 200,000, because why not? You then got your Continental, Lizard, Midas, Alliance, Continental again. But did the other one have Alliance tyres on? Don't think it did, but all right, fair enough. Again, you got your usual shenanigans. We've got some twirls on there as well, with your tyres there looking pretty good. Mud flaps, yes or no on the back. And then front guard on the front, yes or no. And again, the length of logs that you're going to be putting in. Now, actually, I'm going to put it up to 20, and you'll see in a minute why. Let's just see if this actually works. Then you've got your main colour is going to be your main colour. Your hub colour is obviously going to be your hubs. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. So once you've got it all hooked up, obviously you're going to need to turn it on. So L, B and A, enable auto load. Yes, yes we do. Because here we go. I've got a load of trees to chop down with a chainsaw. Now I've gone for the old 20 meter length on the logs going in. Hopefully that's right. I've just chopped the trees down. I haven't done anything else with them. So all you need to do is just drive by the side of it. Boom, boom, but I'm still saying they're not the right size. Okay, I don't even know how long these logs are, but we'll roll with it anyway. So there we are. Job done. Job done indeed. Now, obviously, we collected those up with ease. I mean, you're going to have a bit of a penalty, mind you. But it is what it is. We've loaded 102,000 litres of logs in the space of seconds. Absolute seconds. I mean, you've seen it before your eyes. Just went there. Bam, straight on. That is ace. Absolutely ace. Now, obviously, we are going to want to take him off of the trailer. So what we're going to do is we're going to disable the auto load first. Because obviously you're going to put a pallet out to the side. And if you've got the auto load enabled, it's going to load it straight back in, which you don't want to do. So fair enough. Now you've got the option. You can have it as unload to the right, unload to the left, or unload at the back. So RB and down on the D-pad is going to cycle through. So when you get to the one that you want to do, RB and Y, boom, there's your pallet. Oh, ace. It's now saying there's not enough room, so we'll just back up a little bit, and there you are. There's another one. We'll pull forward a little bit. We'll go out the front. There. Oh, that was a bit close. It's stacked up on the other one. There we are. So that's another one, and the last one is going to be coming out like that. There we are. Now, if you want to load them back in again, you just enable auto load. There we are. So it should, if we get in the right position, it's interesting. Oh, really? Okay, so why is it not loading back in? It should do. Okay. We'll carry on back down the line. Have I got to do something else? Disable auto load. No, unload. Why is it not collecting the pallet? It should load them back up. Is it because they're now a pallet? I don't know, we've got to refill it. There we are, we're getting the option there. So turn the disable auto load off. There we are, you get the option to refill. Oh, so now it works like a normal grain trailer. There we go. I thought it would just auto load them back on. But actually now that makes more sense, to be fair. Because these won't actually be the correct length for your trailer. It's going to get penalised again. Smart thinking, Addies. Let's Be Avenue has been getting his brain engaged on that one. That is pretty good. So you just come along like that. Left stick in, if you're on Xbox like me, it's going to load them straight in, like you would do if you're filling up from a pallet for your seeder or your fertilizer sprayer, that sort of thing. Now, obviously these are pallets. Yes, there's another good thing about them. You can lift them. There's no way in a million years I'd be able to lift that, but that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So we've got a pallet there. They hold 22,000 litres if they're full, and I can carry it around. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. This is so cool. Right. Now, obviously some places don't take containers. If it's not got a container sell point or container loading in point, yeah, this is not going to work with it. But let's be having moo has thought of that, and they've got a solution for you. They're going to be found under silos, and I've got two different versions here. We've got the small wood storage, that's going to hold 16 pallets of your old logs, and you've got the bigger version, the large wood storage, which is going to hold 30. Now, I'm only going to put one of these down, because if you put two down, you know, they tend to swap stuff between themselves. We'll just say that. So we'll place that one down there like that. There we are. Job's a good one. What we're also going to do is put a sawmill down, because this is going to act like a distribution unit. So where is the sawmill? There we are, come past it. So put the sawmill down, boom, there we are, job done. So if we go into our production chain menu, there we are. So we have got our sawmill. There is no wood in there whatsoever. There's also no wood in our little shed, but we're going to come up to that in a minute. So we'll come over here, and it's going to be a pallet storage, as you normally would imagine. So you can open those doors if you wanted to. You can't go inside. That's it. The red X is stopping you. But obviously, what you can do is load your pallet in. And because you can lift it, pretty easy. Let's face it. You just come over there, boom, straight in, and then there's your pallet. Great. This also acts like a production chain. So you have the usual shenanigans over here. You know, you can store, sell, distribute, all that sort of thing. That's great. What you will need to do, though, is you're going to need to come over here and turn this on. Pallet spawn disable. Because what you want to do is actually you want to get your pallet out first. We'll get it out. There we are. So open your dialog box. Pallet 20,000, about 22,000 litres. Now, if you have the disabled pallet spawn turned off, there we are. It's just going to send it straight back in. So if you want to get your pallet out so you can take it somewhere else, you're going to need that turned on or off, depending on the point of view. So what you really want to do first, because now we've got it set up as a pallet storage, if we were then to change it onto distributing, it's not really going to work properly. So what we want to do is take the pallet out. There we are. So we get that pallet out. It's going to stay there because we've got the old pallet spawn disabled, which is great. Then we're going to come around here. We're going to turn this on. We're going to go for distribution. We're going to turn it on because obviously it is a production chain. Although it's got 0 costs per month, so that's all right. So what we're going to do with that is we're then going to just turn the old pallet disablement off. Boom, it's gone straight in. It's now not in there. So if we go and have a look in there, it's currently in this facility. But obviously, it's going to need to distribute that. So we need to fast forward to just past the hour mark. Oh, so there we are, just past 12 o'clock. And, it's still not showing there, mind you. But we got less. We've got 2,987. So we've got, 19 has gone missing? There it is. It's in the sawmill. That's awesome. Do you know what I do want to try, actually? I want to try, can we unload straight into the facilities? I haven't even got to get out and mess around. We've been putting the pallets in. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So come over there like that. So we've got to unload to the right. We'll do that. Unload. Boom, straight in. Boom, straight in. Oh, it's full. It's full. I've filled up this little facility. Let's have a little look. Yes, we've got too much in it. So because we're using it as a wood storage, it's got a 44,000 litre capacity. So you now need to wait past the next hour for it to distribute it again. Maybe go for the bigger one. If you've got a load of logs on the go, maybe go for the big one because that's got like an 80,000 litre capacity. But that is awesome. Can we load it up? Oh no, we can turn it up. There we are. So load it back in. That is brilliant. Absolutely, but 100% game changer.